Hi, I'm Despa. You're watching be83, and this is another episode of Meet the Artists. And I meet the artist today. I got Mr. P Money. What's going on?
You saying, bro?
Saying you good?
Good, yeah, man.
Good?
Live, man.
We just kind of at rinse at the moment, so you might notice that the set's a bit different. Just left P Money's video shoot for, what was the track called?
Round the clock.
Round the Clock.
Yeah.
And is that buzzing on radio right now?
Yeah. You know, it's been played on Radio 1, Run Extra, Capital. It's going off, man.
And when you expecting that video to drop?
About a week and a bit, so beginning of November, yeah.
Okay, so for anybody that's watching, because this will be out in maybe a couple of weeks, check out the video. I'm in it. I got a young cameo. I'm in it. But Round the Clock is coming out soon. And what project's that from?
That's from it's gonna be my single. It's a single. Round the Clock is a single, and but I like to, not just do one track. So it's part of an EP. I'm doing a mad EP. I released a free EP that was mad.
Yeah, and what was that called?
That was mad.
Okay.
Yeah. But now this is another EP called Mad, but it's for sale. This is like the mad EP. And this is the main track off that. Yeah. But yeah, Round the Clock is my single.
And the EP is going to be out around about...
EP will be out 18th of November, actually.
18th of November.
Yeah,
so
18th of November.
The date locked in,
we got that.
out
it's
then,
there. It's definitely coming out.
Okay.
Yeah, so...
And that's on Rinse. They can find that on all...
Yeah, you can find it on iTunes. It'll be on... I'm actually creating a website as well, which will be launching around the same time, but no guarantees. But I'll have my website and it will be on there as well, available. Okay. So yeah, man.
All right, cool. So the last time I saw you was at Outlook Festival.
Croatia, yeah.
Croatia, and that was a couple months ago. And the response I saw you get out there personally for myself was a bit mad. Mad. A lot of people, I don't even know if a lot of people know what you're doing for grime music, dubstep music, whatever it is that you do outside of the country.
Yeah, I mean, they don't necessarily not know because of their own fault. I mean, I don't put it out there. Oh, yeah, I'm doing this. Rate me.
Yeah. Bow
down. I'm not that kind of guy. So in a way, it is me that should be showing people, look, this is what's going on. But yeah, I mean, everywhere I go, whether it's Romania, Croatia, Italy, Germany, Spain, it doesn't matter where I go. It doesn't matter what kind of show it is.
Yeah.
I play grime.
Yes.
And I don't just play like recent grime. Eskimo's in my set.
Yeah.
I can hands down say I'm probably the only artist considered as big doing stuff that has Eskimo in his set.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
people, whoever saw me at Wireless will know I lifted the roof when I dropped Eskimo and was like,
wow.
And
how many people was that?
Yeah, about 4,000 maybe. I'm not sure how big that tent was, but it was the Yahoo stage, and not showboating, but I was told that I was the only person to pack it out. Me and Gigs, actually, we packed it out.
Yeah. Who else was on that? Do you want to mention?
Do you know what? I don't even know. To be honest,
all right.
The only people I knew about was on the stage was me and Gigs. We was on the same day, and that's all I was interested in. Me and Gigs. Like when I listened to rap, I listened to Gigs. I was like, yeah, and Gigs packed it out as well.
Okay.
And we shut it down. And when I dropped, all my tunes dropped, everyone was going sick. But when Eskimo dropped, it went off. And everywhere I go, like when I go Germany, I drop this stuff and they're like, what is this? I'm like, this is grime. This is what grime is.
Yeah.
So they're like, when we talk about like other artists, like for example, when Strider was like popping, they was like, but isn't that grime? I'm like, no, bruv. This doesn't sound like that. No offense to him.
Yeah, no offense.
But this is grime.
Yeah.
This is old school. I'm like, this is old. I'm like, you like this? This is Eskimo. This is old. Like this was before I was anyone.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what I mean? But yeah, hands down.
And you're basically teaching them about
I teach
about
them.
grime music.
Yeah, I teach them about grime. I teach them about my set, and then every time I drop a tune, I let them know, yeah, this is grime. The same way when I done that bass cannon track, I was like, this is dubstep. And I've always found myself clocking people in the crowd that like, you could tell they say to themselves, oh, they don't like this, they don't like dubstep, or they don't like grime. Which is why I make a point of saying, well, this is grime, this is dubstep, this is this. Because you're going sick. I'm looking at you.
Yeah,
you're jumping around.
Yeah.
So you never can say you don't like this ever again. Yeah. So yeah, you could say I am pushing grime everywhere I go. Like everywhere I go, we play it. Like it doesn't matter where we are. We could be in Oceanas. We're playing grime. Like it's in my set.
Yeah,
like, that's a standard thing, man. But it does go off. I mean, a lot of people sit there and think, oh yeah, grime's just our thing. Like it used to be just in London. People think grime was just in London, but I was in Birmingham with people like yourself, and we was doing nights like Goonies. Grime every other week.
Yeah, my
popping
bro
off.
Goonies, yeah.
You had more raves in Birmingham than in London at that point. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, you lot mad. There's a bigger place. Like, there's a bigger scene. It's bigger than what you think. You just got to go there and witness it. And then, obviously, I started getting booked abroad, and I was like, these people love it. Like, I'm performing to like 5,000 people in a country where half of these people in the crowd don't know English, but they know my lyrics. They say my lyrics in English. But when I speak to them, they're like, I'm like, what? Like,
yeah, that's got to be mad.
It's mad. It's definitely mad. To speak to someone, they're like, they don't know any English, but they know my lyrics.
But they know your lyrics.
Yeah. They know grime. Like, and it ain't just me. You know, I was in France, and I was booked in France. Me and JJ was over there, and I went there early. I was like, you know, I want to hear what they're like, because I want to hear what they're playing, because they booked a grime act, and I want to see, you know, what's going on. They were playing grime. I walked in there, the first tune I heard was Flipping Pressure. Like, no word of a lie. Like, and it was a tune I didn't know. So I was like, rah, like, it's a coincidence. He's my friend. And I know him.
They didn't know that you were in there?
No, the DJ had no idea, because they're expecting, all the time when they book people, they turn up just before they set and go on. I turned up when the rave doors opened. I was in there listening to what was going on. That's what I do, innit? And they were playing grime. I heard a bag of Rookie tunes. I was like, what? Wow. Even me and JJ was like, what tune is this? And then we clocked it's like a tune from back in the day that Rookie had done, but it was sounded sick. And I was like, these guys really know their stuff, you know? And when I did perform, they were requesting certain lyrics, and I was like, why do you know that lyric? How can you know that lyric? That's too old for you to know, you know? But they're in tune. People don't realize how in tune other countries are with our music until they go there. And I try, and every time, like when I speak to you in Croatia, I try and tell people, but they don't, it's like they don't believe me. And I'm like, what do you think I'm doing in these other countries?
It's true, you know?
You think I'm standing still or something?
I didn't know. I was told, like, Terror Danger would tell me, because he's come up to the studio in Brum and be like, Despa, like, Croatia Outlaw Festival in Europe and this, that, the other. I'm like, yeah. Like, until I went there and then experienced, I'm walking around for 5 days and I'm hearing Morgue in the hills in a mad foreign country. I'm like, wait, this is a bit mad. I'm seeing people going crazy to our music and stuff. And even a couple of years ago, I went to LA, and I don't know if I've told you about this, but I went to LA and I booked up with DJ Muggs of Cypress Hill.
Yeah.
And I've gone in there, we've met him at a shop, and he's playing dubstep. And at that point, I'm like, wait, why is DJ Muggs of hip hop fame, Cypress Hill, Insane in the Membrane, and all this kind of like playing our UK music? And it messed my brain up, because I was in the club and they were all going sick to it. So I've gone to the studio afterwards with him. Boom. I've walked in there. He's playing dubstep, and he's got a track listing on the studio wall. And I'm like, I look at the track listing, which is a track list for his new album, which I think has already come out now. It's called Bass in Your Face. Yeah. And you're on the track listing. Yeah. Now, did you make the final cut?
I didn't get to do the track with him.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't.
So that was kind of something he was planning. He wanted to do.
Yeah. He had hollered at me through a DJ we both know, and we didn't get around to doing it, but I am planning on going there soon. Yeah. So 100% linking up.
And if you got a following out there, or people that fans that want to know,
all the time on my, not so much on Twitter, but on my Facebook, I always have Americans messaging me saying you need to come here, and they send me footage of when they're at a rave, and my tune drops and it goes off. Like, I'm there.
It goes off in the States.
Yeah, in the States, it goes off. Like, and then when I asked them, like, bro, how did they know about me? They're like, it's not just you. They know about grime. They always say, look, grime is known, but you lot ain't doing anything. You're not coming over here. You're not putting it on the TV. You're not doing anything. Like, to me, it got to a point where I took a step back, and like, I was just looking at my career. I was looking at everyone's career, and I realized, like, man, are not actually rating grime. Like, everyone that's doing grime, all these artists saying, I'm a grime artist. Yeah, but you're not doing it though. You're not rating your own scene. You're not rating your own career, because not one of you was spending a couple bags on a video to put it on TV. You're spending bags on jewelry to stand on the street and do a YouTube video. Yeah. How are we gonna grow as a scene when you want to stick to YouTube videos and being on your estate? You know what I mean? So, you know, like, people didn't, like, my label didn't want me to talk about this, but my track after Round the Clock is a straight grime track produced by Swifter. It's got no chorus, yeah? It's a straight grime track. Yeah. It's deep, and the videos peak. Like, the videos definitely peak, and it will definitely...
I can say
yeah, it has to go on TV. Like, and when people watch it, they're going to be like, no, this is sick. And then someone's going to say, yeah, this is grime. And then they're going to be like, wow, this looks amazing. Yeah, I think that's what we was missing.
It's all our videos,
all our videos were street stuff, chilling on your block. So you can't see any progression. Yeah. But when you see that video, people will think, oh, he's a millionaire. You know what I mean? A grime kid, a millionaire. Yeah. All right, cool. That means we're progressing. Now people are looking at it like there's money in grime. There is money. People make money, but they do the wrong stuff with it. They're not doing stuff with their music, their grime music, which is why I say to a bag of people that say they do grime, I say you're not really doing it, because you'll earn your money and go buy weed or go buy the new phone, or you know what I mean? Do something with your music, like, and put it places. Reinvest in your music. Make it more known. Like, instead of spending that money on True Religion jeans, go to another country, find out when there's a rave in Amsterdam, go Amsterdam and spray, because they have raves where they have MCs.
Wow, I found out the other day, like, there's a rave called Woo Rhythm.
Yes,
there's a rave in Amsterdam called Woo Rhythm. I only found out about this like 5 days ago. Like, what's the biggest crowd that you played to outside of the country?
I think we was in Germany, to be honest. I think we was in Germany, and it was a Splash Festival. Yeah. And yeah, I think that was maybe about 3,000 to 4,000. But I think, I tell you, what am I mad? Romania, 1,000% Romania. Romania was at least 8,000 to 10,000.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a P Money thing. Me and Sook Knight. But
so you were the headline.
Yeah, we was on the side of a building.
Oh wait, I saw that picture.
Yeah, you see
on
that?
Facebook.
Yeah, I've had billboards. Yeah, I was on the side of a building. That's the picture
where you were on the side of a building
in Romania,
and you were headlined to 8,000 to 10,000 people.
Yeah, it was about. It was you know those what are they called, Colosseums.
Yeah,
that became an arena. So you know how big that is.
Yeah, bro.
The whole floor was an arena. Yeah. When I walked in, it was because you walk into a normal building, and then I was backstage, so I'm walking into a tent, like a massive tent. I'm like, raw, this tent's massive. Then I was like, oh, like, what is this? Like, it was just a building, now it's a massive tent. Like, and he was like, no, you're in the Coliseum. And I was like, no way. And he was like, look. And we walked out, and I looked up, and you could see the row of steps going all the way up. And I was like, oh my God, we're in like a giant stadium. Like. Yeah. And then that's when I clocked, like, yeah. And he was like, yeah, there's at least 8,000 to 10,000. You know, and that was at P Money and Sook Knight. And I probably performed to a bigger crowd when I'm performing with Magnetic Man. You know, when we toured Australia, their crowds was ridiculous amounts of people there. So, yeah, man, I think Romania was definitely the biggest crowd.
And I mean, how does that feel with having that many people there to see you? How does that feel?
You can't describe it. It's like, it's mad. It's like, if you've always said in your mind, like, yeah, I can't wait for this to happen, like, this is gonna happen. You set out for something to happen, and then it happens so often. Yeah. Like, you just feel good. You feel you achieve so much. You just every time you get that feeling, it's a massive accomplishment. Like, it's a massive bonus. Like, it's like, yes, sick, I've hit my target. You know what I mean? It's you know, and then you aim higher and you hit that one. Like, yeah, man, it's amazing feeling to hear everyone chanting your lyric. The best feeling is when at Wireless, like, that's the most recent time I can point out, was when I walked on and they were making so much noise before I had said anything.
They was going nuts.
Before me, there was no one in the tent.
Yeah.
There was no one in the tent. I looked at JJ and I was like, do you know what? We got on Wireless late. Where the earliest set, it's like 2:30 in a day. 2 Chainz is on later, Nas is on later, Jay-Z and that's on later, KB's on later. People are probably going to get there for them times. I was like, we just go out there, we do what we do. It's all right, Jay. You know, we do what we do. By the time I said that, the tent was ram.
Wow.
By the time I'd finished that sentence, the tent was pack out. But I didn't know at this point. And I always do this thing where I face away from everyone and I go over tracks in my mind, I do the little sparring with lyrics and stuff. And then I was like, yeah, cool, boom. JJ starts the tune. I wait by the side and it hits a certain point. That's when I walk out. And if anyone was filming, they would see the smile on my face because I had no idea what I was walking into. Like it was, yeah, it's a great feeling, man. You can never get used to it.
Yeah.
No artist can tell me they get used to it. No one.
It's just a buzz.
It's a buzz. So when you see me on stage and I got all that passion, I get it from them. I get it from the crowd.
Yeah.
And when you hear them say, if I say yeah, and you hear everybody at once say yeah, everybody's in tune. Everyone's on the same level.
Yeah. It
doesn't matter what your job is, what your color is, what your age is, how much money you got. Everybody in that place is on the same level at that moment in time.
Yeah.
And it's the best thing ever. It's the best thing ever.
That's good, man. That's that I can imagine that being like a crazy experience.
It's crazy. Like I bring my cousin and stuff to my shows so they can experience it too. And they're like, this is mad. Like, what? Like, and I'm like, yes, this is why when people are like, you never sleep, this is why I don't care about if I lose out on sleep. You mad? I've got this feeling. This is better than sleep. Yeah, man. So I would do 5 shows in the night and whatnot. I don't mind.
So you say you took a step back because you know you've come through, and I won't say come through because you're still OGs. So there's, you know, you started off with the OGs and stuff, and we're gonna get back to that in a second. But I wanna take a closer look at the thought process between where you say, okay, you took a look at what you were doing, and it seemingly kind of went out and took it up a notch. Now, what is it that you thought to yourself, you know, something needs to change in what I'm doing?
When I used to speak to people from other countries and I used to ask them about like grime and stuff, they used to say like, it's not popping as much as it should be. We know about it, but we don't know about it enough to be throwing money at you. When I speak to people that are in major labels, they're like, yeah, grime's got something, but you lot don't show it. Like, you don't show us there's something.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it made me say, raw, like, what does that mean? Like, what do you mean we don't show you something? You mad? We're killing raves. And then I'm like, hold on a sec. That's what it is. We're just killing raves. We have an Eskimo dance. We get reloads. We hype about it for a week.
And then that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Wait for the next rave.
Yeah.
That's dead.
Yeah.
That's dead. There's plenty of more raves, plenty of more stages, plenty of more festivals, way more stuff we can do. Like plenty of more stuff we can do. And it just made me say, okay, cool, what can I do? So I started making my own plans. Like I took a step back and I watched everyone. I watched how everyone was moving. Like I even watched the old Dizzy Rascal when he came out with I Love You and Fix Up Look Sharp. And I was like, why was everyone so on him? Because he was just raw talent.
Yes, yeah.
He had his fan base. He stuck with what he was doing, but he just made it bigger. He was the same Dizzy Rascal, but his video was sick. We had I Love You long before the video.
It was a very good video.
It was a very good tune. And then the video come out and everyone was like, this is sick. Whatever this is, there's money in there. That's sick. That looks sick.
Yeah.
Then he done Fix Up Look Sharp. He's talking crud, you know? Like when I say to people, do you even know what he's saying?
Yeah.
Like, become a cropper and he's talking crud. But it's the video that makes you say this is a good tune.
The image to the crud is a well polished.
He's letting you know, I'm saying stuff, but I'm a professional.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. And that's what it was. We didn't look professional. I didn't look professional. Yeah, I can kill a rave, but what? I'm a guy in a booth. Anyone can kill a rave. It's about looking professional. It's about showing them, I represent grime. We was all representing grime, but we didn't look the part.
Yes. Yeah, okay.
So I said to myself, I need to start looking the part. So, you know, started putting together the right EPs with the right tracks. Even minor stuff like making sure your track listing is spelt right. Like, people don't take care. People laugh, you know. There are people that laugh like, he ain't even spelled his name properly. Like, all of that stuff adds up.
Yeah, it does.
Can't do that. Be professional with your stuff. Don't say something's coming out on this date and it doesn't come out. Don't just say nothing. Say before in advance. This is what's going on. It might not come out. It's coming out this date. You know, say in advance. But we never used to do that. We used to just let it slide and whatever, you know.
And you forget there's hundreds, thousands, maybe people out there that's like, But these man ain't really.
Not really serious.
Not
Yeah,
really
don't worry
serious at
about
all.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Speak to people all the time, and they used to say stuff, and it just made me change me, how I am, and I'm giving the same conversation I'm having with you. I had the same conversation I had with myself. I started giving it to my peers, my OGs, Little D and that, you know, which is why now, like, we're coming together properly now. We're doing better music. Like, if I ever showed you the last 4 tracks we've done, you'd be like, this is an album. And I'd be like, we done this in like an hour, just linking up and wrote bars.
But it's more of a it's the thought.
It's the thought.
Process
Everything makes
it.
you think. But when you think how I think, if you realize the things I realize, you'll think better. Your lyrics even get better. Even the way you say certain things, like everybody wants to use this N-word, but every time you use the N-word, you're just limiting yourself, because that can't be played on radio now. Stuff like that. You know, why'd you have to use the N-word? Why not use brother? You know, I try to make a point with slang like this of bringing everybody in. You know, you can all be a part of something. Like all this slang, urban, whatever. There's no such thing. There's just people that speak a certain way, and you got to bring them in. You got to educate them. Let them know. Yeah, look, this is cuz. Cuz means cousin. You have a cousin. Oh yeah, I got a cousin. All right. When I say cuz, it means cousin. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like when you say bruv, I'm saying brother. Same thing. And they're like, oh, okay. You know what I mean? Bring them in. Now I get everybody singing it.
It's almost like people miss the thought process.
Exactly.
And the thing, I've been talking to you now, and people will go back and listen to the tune and be like, this wasn't just some random lyrics that this guy wrote.
People think when they listen to my lyrics, a lot of people think, oh yeah, it's hype, it's sick. But then I'm like, listen to what I'm saying though. Like, do it. Listen on your own. Be in your house on your own. Don't play it loud. Play it just a little bit quiet and listen to what I'm actually saying. I'm saying some very clever stuff, which is why I get the reactions I get from people. Like, businessmen know about me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because of my lyrics, they're not dumb. They're well thought out. I created a way of writing a lyric where someone who's 10 years old and someone who's 40-year-old can get to what I'm saying. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you have to be like that. You can't just make lyrics for your brethren to understand. Otherwise, yeah, you'll be sick, but just for your brethren.
Yeah, the world is bigger than...
The world is the world.
Yeah.
Make tunes for the world. When you're writing a lyric, like when I write a lyric, if I can't picture my every move, if I can't act out my lyric without saying a word, it's not a lyric to me. You need to be able to see what I'm saying, which is why in the video you're gonna see that I done with Swifter. Every metaphor is acted out, and everyone, like, if you never got it before, you'll see it and be like, oh my god, that's what he was saying. Yeah, that's sick.
And the visual and the song is a perfect marriage, and they complement each other. Because there are some tracks that I'll listen to and I'll be like, then I watch the video, and when the two things come together, then it's a whole nother world. And
Exactly.
I do appreciate the song more.
Yeah, like,
and that's something that you have a clear process towards, and making sure that comes across to people.
Yeah, like there was too many tracks where the guys on the track are talking about anything, and then the video is just something completely different.
Yeah,
don't make sense. Don't do that. You know, you need to think, put work into your work. That's what it is. We became lazy and just thought, yes, 3 16s and a chorus is all we need. Put it out. It's a tune. Nah, bruv, it's not.
Yeah,
it's not a tune then, you know? Like, there's even sly ways. Like, even when you showed me something earlier and I was like, you know what? They should do this and that. Even those sly little tiny changes make a big difference, you know? And even like, when I used to write lyrics, I used to spray, I started recording my music with Genius. He was my engineer for a bit. And even he pointed out stuff like, sometimes there's stuff you don't need to say. It just blurs your word. It just blurs your words and makes you sound stupid. Yeah. Don't say it. You don't need to say that. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I thought raw, like, so yeah, man, I tell people all the time, think more, put more thought into your stuff. If your lyric only takes you 20 minutes, then it's dead. I don't care what you say. If your lyric takes you just 20 minutes, it's not a sick lyric because you ain't thought about it. Yeah. You know, it should be one of those things where it's been in your mind for time, for ages, and then when you wrote it down, it took you 20 minutes. But if not, I'm not gonna rate it instantly because you ain't had enough time to actually put your mind to it
and really think about it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So how did you get your start in music and your style as well? 'Cause I know your style is so different to other people's.
Yeah, my style. I used to listen to Oxide and Neutrino. I didn't listen to rappers. Everybody said it's weird, but I never listened to rappers. I can't tell you Biggie lyrics and Pac lyrics. I can't.
You really
Unless it
can't.
was no. The only big lyric I could tell you is one of those popular ones on that was on radio, but I can't tell you his lyrics. I can tell you the chorus.
Yeah.
And if I know the verse, it's because I used to hear it in the rave. But I never owned a CD of any of them two in my life. And all these other rappers, I've never owned a CD. The only CD I got recently was Ace Hood CD because I heard his intro track. And to me, he was different because he wasn't just talking about girls, popping, and money. He was telling me about his life and what he went through in his intro. And I was like, I like this rapper instantly because I know about him.
Yeah.
Why are you telling me about stuff I already know about? Because the other rapper told me. I can't buy that. Like, Drake, a lot of people will be like, oh, Drake this, Drake that. But you know what? Drake tells you about, he's singing about stuff people go through. Not everyone is in clubs with girls that are pussy popping. Like,
it's the truth.
You lot, I just hear rappers talking about it 24/7. I'm like, all right, what else do you do, fam?
Yeah, most 99% of the people don't live that life.
Exactly.
So
and even sometimes them rappers don't even live that life, but they hear about it, they talk about it, it becomes fashion. Someone over here hears a song, remixes it, start talking about pussy popping. I'm like, bro, no strip club over here does that.
Yeah.
So why are you rapping about that over here? Because you heard them say it. That's dead. So yeah, I think that's what gave me my style. I've never been influenced by rap. So my style was always, like my style used to be really fast.
I remember.
Like really fast.
I remember.
Rappers weren't on that.
Yeah.
You couldn't spit how I spat if you was a rapper. It was impossible. I got that because, like, if you ask Lil D, we've been friends for decades, you know. We've been in each other's crews for decades, and like when we used to spit, there was like records, turntables. I used to max the speed out, and I used to spit like that, which is why I'm able to spit on drum and bass, because I used to just speed up the whole thing and spit like that, and that's how I made my fast style. Yeah. And everyone was like, "How do you spit so fast, so clear?" And I was like, "Because I made myself used to it." You know what I mean? That's how I made that fast flow. And then as I got older, I was like, you know, there's certain people that can't understand me. You know what I mean? So
and that again makes your music a bit more accessible to
all right. So for everyone to understand, I need to change something.
Yeah.
So I changed a bit. I started coming with more clever stuff, breaking it down, going fast and then slowing down. You know, then I brought out like the mad flow. Like that's a straight breakdown of like punches. Shows how clever I am. Shows how much thought I put into a lyric. You know. And I kind of just make my own style myself because I just always want to be different.
This will bring me on to something, because we spoke about something before in Croatia, and me looking at UK music, grime music, and then exporting it outside of the country, taking it to places like Europe, but more importantly taking it to one of the biggest music markets, being the US. It feels like artists seemingly pander towards that sound and that market over there and try and emulate the Americans and stuff.
Yeah, I don't see the point.
I don't hear you doing anything like that.
I'm not trying to, I
don't have anybody to look up to in that regard if you don't listen to that stuff.
Yeah,
so
exactly,
it kind of leaves you separate to...
Yeah, I don't look up to any rapper. There's no rapper that I say, yes, I'm going to watch him. I've never been to a rap concert in my life.
Ever?
No, there's no one I've gone to see.
Okay.
I've always said, like the other day I was chatting to my brother, we might go and watch Lil Wayne. And I was like, and then I was like, not even a fan of him like that. What am I doing? I was like, I'm not going in the end. I said, I'm not going because I need to be real with myself. I'm not a fan of these guys. I will be there and I won't know words. I'm not a fan. Even like people are like, what about Jay-Z? I'm like, he's sick. But I don't know his songs like that. I was not a fan of rap. I'll vibes to the beats. Anytime you hear me vibing to a tune, I'm vibing to the beats. Anytime you hear me singing along to a tune, it's because it came on the radio. When I'm driving around, I've always got the radio on. That's how I used to hear it. That's how I know the tune. If it weren't on the radio, I don't know the tune. The only time I would know a tune if it weren't on the radio is if JJ shows me. Yeah. JJ would say, have you heard this album? I'm like, nope. I'll listen to this. If someone doesn't show me, I don't know about you. You could be the biggest rapper alive.
So then what do you listen to?
You want to know the honest truth? I want to know,
what do you listen to?
Nothing. If it's not myself, and it's not an instrumental, and it's not someone in my crew, I don't listen to anything. Honest. Like, you can ask my little brother, you can ask my girlfriend. When they're with me, when I'm in my house, you don't hear music, fam.
I've met people like you before, and I've always found them to be a bit weird.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said people say, you're weird. I remember
this guy when I was at school, and he said he didn't listen to music. And I used to look at him like, that doesn't make any sense.
I didn't even study music in school.
So you don't listen,
I don't listen to music. I can't play any instruments and stuff like that. I don't listen to music. I don't In my spare time, I don't listen to music. The only time music kicks in a day of my life is when I'm in a car and the radio comes on.
Okay, yeah.
Then that's when I'm listening to music.
So you're just in
my own zone,
bubble.
Which is why people say like, "Raw, you're doing you," and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not intact with any." JJ always tells me stuff like, "Oh, this," and I'm like,
"Yeah,"
and he's always like, "You're a myth." My friends like all the time like, "Don't you know about who?" And I'm like, "Who? They think I'm taking a mick," and I'm like, "Look, I don't even know what you're on about, but cool."
Yeah.
Like I'm serious. I just want to be in my own zone. I think that's how I am unique, and I don't want to change. It's done me well.
Definitely.
You know. I'm not influenced by anybody else, which is why, not to say I got the best metaphors, but when I do drop some metaphors, people say, where would you have got that from? And I'd be like, I don't know, I just thought about it. Maybe it's because you're listening to so-and-so and so-and-so that you're influenced to write a certain way, and it doesn't allow you to think of something because you're subliminally tuned into someone else. You don't even know. Like, there's guys that have written a lyric and said something, and I'll be like, that's sick, but I swear you've, like... I've heard that somewhere before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then they go, oh yeah, raw. Thingy says that. And I'll be like, see, you've heard it before.
And it's in there, but
it's
you don't even
know
that it's in there, yes.
6 months later, you go to write a lyric, you write it down, you think it's sick, but then you realize, raw.
Yeah.
Why does this sound familiar? That's why. But I avoid that. I don't listen to anyone unless someone shows me, like, yeah, I don't listen to anyone, to be honest. I mean, the only person I actually listen to, like, I'll go out, buy their CDs and whatever, is Gigs. Because to me, I felt was like me, but for rap. He came out with a style that no one had.
True.
I'd never heard anybody rap like him. It was like slow.
Yeah. With like
and the
8 bar spaces.
Yeah, 8 bar spaces. Like, but I was like, this is sick.
Yeah.
It's new. No one's got this. I was like, this, you know what? I'm a fan of this guy. Get me? Yeah. I'm a fan of this guy. From young.
People talk to that as well.
Exactly. Yeah. And I bought his album the other day. I was listening to it this morning. I play it every morning. You know, I run the album. That's who I would listen to. That's it. Like, if I need to listen to someone, I have to wake up, I say, right, I need to get going, or I'm cleaning my room, I put Gigs on. Yeah, if I have to say, yeah, I listen to music, then I'll say, I listen to Gigs music. You know what I mean? But more time, I'm not listening to nothing. If I am listening, like, if you go in my car now and turn on my stereo and go to CD, it's instrumentals. It's Swifter instrumentals. It's Swifter and Footsie instrumentals. That's what I listen to. I drive around.
I respect that a lot.
Yeah.
So, let's look to the future. And we've spoke about America. I want to know personally, because I've been over there and I've witnessed people talk about you. So, are you going to go to America?
Yeah,
and
I do.
You know, what's next for you?
I do have it in the plan to go. But it's not actually a goal. Yeah, it's not one of my goals.
Because for a lot of people,
it's a goal.
It's a massive goal. That's very interesting.
Not at all. Because why is there a market there? Why is there not Europe? Why is there not Australia? Why is there not Japan? Why is there not Africa? Why is there not Asia? Why not? Why not all these places? Why America? Why? And no one could tell me why. Not one person has said, yeah, but this is the reason why. No one. So why am I going there then? Why did you go there? Oh, you went there because someone else went there. Did they do well? All right, so you're going to do the same thing and hope for the best. Okay, I'd rather go somewhere else where no one has gone and do something, because even if I fell, people will recognize that I went there instead and done something though. You go there and fail, no one cares no matter what. What matters is that you failed, not that you went to America and done stuff. You know what I mean? If I started saying, bro, don't think flipping Merkier saying in Japan, living there for like 2 months, going on tour and stuff, you'd be like, what?
I didn't even know that.
Japan?
Really?
You'd be like, hey, sick. But if I said, oh yeah, Merkier went to America, and you'd be like, oh yeah, sick. America's like, why is that the big thing? Why?
Yeah.
Why? No one can tell me why. So I just think other places are just as big, and you can make the same amount of money. And they have a smaller scene in other countries because no one ever hears about them. So clearly it must be easier to kill it over there than America. Because if you're a rapper especially and you go to America, you're already struggling against 100,000 rappers.
Everybody's a rapper out there.
You go Australia, you're the rapper. You go Japan, you're the rapper. You know what I mean? You're the artist, you're the MC. Because They don't really have that there. So why are you going to a place where they have that already? That's what promoters used to say to me when I used to say to them, why don't you book this person? Why don't you book that person? They say, why? We've got this person here already. Why are we booking that rapper? We've got rappers here.
Yeah.
I say, so why'd you book me? Because you're an MC. You do grime. No one here does what you do. So when you come here, we could put you on stage with these people and people will love you because you are you.
Different, yeah.
And I'm like, cool. I fully understand you. I get that. It makes sense. So I've stuck with me and I'm not planning to go to America like that. I do plan to go, but it's not a main goal. Personally, I want to go to Japan. Like, that's where I want to go. You know, there's a guy, I saw some guy having a show out there to like, I don't know, 50, 40,000 people. It was like some crazy mad stadium, football stadium, packed it out. I'd never heard of this guy in my life, but in Japan, he's a guy. He's from England though. I can't remember his name, but he was from England. Yeah, and he was killing it. He was rocking that crowd, and I was like, And he moved there. Like,
what was it? MC hip hop? What was it?
No, he was like he was like a, could say rapper.
Yeah.
And he was rocking the crowd, man. And I was like, wow, sick. But yeah, like, I was chatting to promoters and they were like, yeah, you know, you do what you do. I mean, I was in Germany at Splash Festival alongside people like Nas, Mac Miller, this, that, and the other. And I was like, what? Merkage from Manchester, they were there too. And I have the same conversation with them as well. And I used to tell them all the time, do not change. You've got something. Yeah. They're like free MCs / rappers, but they got a drummer that plays live. And their music sounds a bit like rock mixed with grime, or rock, dubstep, or rock and hip hop. They always mix it, but it's got that rock element to it. And the crowd love it. They go mad. They throw water and stuff, you know. And I was like, you've got something. No one doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're a group as well. Like, there ain't groups now, like from UK like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The only group really that was doing anything was Boy Better Know. But Boy Better Know ain't how they were before. Before it was like Boy Better Know. That's all you ever heard. Now they're all big in their own names, so you hear more of their own names. You know what I mean? So I was like, don't stop, you know, Merkage, do your thing. And then I was bucking them at a million festivals. Every festival I'd done, I was seeing them. And I was like, every time I saw them, I was like, do you remember what I told you last year? And they're like, yes, I remember. I was like, don't change. Yeah. Don't follow no fashion. Do you. I know everyone always says, oh yeah, do you. And you think, oh, it's boring advice, but it's not.
That's the best thing that anybody can do.
Stay unique. Yes. I always use this example, yeah. Doesn't matter if you're whack, yeah. Someone will like you. Doesn't matter if you're whack.
Little B.
We watch EastEnders, and the guy could be the most horrible guy, but someone would be like, no, I rate this guy.
Yeah.
No, this guy's sick. Yeah. Like, I'm that guy. I can't even remember his name. I don't even watch EastEnders like that, but there's this guy who's just psycho. Like, he just always bads up this girl that I'm always seeing.
What, Michael?
That's it.
Michael.
I rate him. I don't care. He's sick in the head, but I'm like, blood, he's so funny. I'm like, his sarcasm's so sick. I'm like, no, I like this guy. I don't care.
Yeah.
All the time, girls are like, oh, but I'm like, shut up. He's sick. I don't care what you say. Like, I rate him. That means you're a psycho too. No, I just like him. That's what it means. And I always use those examples. Like, don't change because someone else is doing that and they're getting the love and respect. Someone will love and respect you, you know, for what you are doing. Do you, and I guarantee you your fan base will grow slowly. I mean, there's people that have a mad fan base, but I bet they're not even happy in their own life and their career because they're doing something else.
All right. Where do you see yourself in 3, 5, 10 years? What does the future hold for P Money?
Having my own stage at festivals, like my own tent, stuff like that. Pushing through artists, trying to educate them with what I know and make them not follow, but just make certain decisions they wouldn't have made before because they didn't have the knowledge. You know what I mean? I see myself doing that. I see myself running a label. I see myself being a big selling artist. Like, I do see myself being a big selling artist with the productions by Swifter. I swear down, I do see that. Because even on my album, we got a track and he probably thought I was mad because he sent me something and I was like, look, put some live stuff in there. Put a piano in there. You know what I mean? Put a guitar in there. He was like, this is grime. We don't have this. Yeah. Do it though. Trust me. make it a song, a grime song, a grime tune where this is exactly what I said to him. I said, here's footage of me in Belgium performing to like 10,000-20,000 people with Magnetic Man. I said, you need to make a beat where when this stops, I can play that to the same crowd straight after.
Yeah.
And he came back with a madness, and even he was like, blood. This is sick. And I was like, this is what I'm trying to say. The levels of grime music needs to go up. I need to be able to perform tracks like that and then go straight into this. And as far as the crowd is concerned, the level has been the same or gone up.
Yes, yeah.
Can't go down. And he was honest. When I was like, if your tune came in after this, what would you say? And he goes, yeah, it might dip. And I said, right, so change that. And he came back with a madness, and we made a sick song. It's one of the favorite songs on my album. Yeah, so.
All right, P, I look forward to what you do out there in the future.
Yeah, man.
Sounds like you definitely got the right head on your shoulders to go forward, so.
100%.
All right, thank you.
Big up, man.
All right. That's been another episode of Meet Artists, and as always, you're watching be83. I'm Despa. We'll see you next time. Bless. Are we gonna see Radar on Lord of the Mics taking somebody's head off?
Nah.
That 100 mil, you know,
and we reset.
yeah, nah.